V8 version.
Going hot.
This is a Barrelcool. Now, I've been ranting and raving about this product over my YouTube channel and over my Instagram account for some time now. The Barrelcool is a device which is mainly focused on the bolt action and AR market, and the whole aim of this device is to act as a firearm safety device, and it also has the functionality of cooling down your barrel. Now, I believe this is a very innovative and creative idea which no one has yet actually seemed to think of, or although they might have thought about it, they just haven't put it into production. The basics of this Barrelcool device is basically it's powered by 3 CR123A batteries, and it basically powers this impeller type propeller inside of this housing over here, which basically just propels air down this tube. Now, something that I just realized is that this tube is actually an extra length tube, and they supply it as an extra length tube, so you can actually cut it to length so it will fit in your rifle. I tested this out in my rifle just now and I realized it doesn't fit. And as most people do, or men, they don't really read the instructions, and referring back to the instructions, I see they specified approximate lengths such as a Remington 700 short action and a length for ARs as well. So that's something that I need to do with this, but this is the stock form which it comes in. The packaging which it comes in is this neat little colorful card that comes with it as well, and they will give you basic information, and then you will see your different contours which explains how the cooling aids the barrel without Barrelcool and with Barrelcool, but that's something you'll see for yourself. Now, moving on, let's put batteries into this product so we can see what it's all about. Now, the batteries I have are just basic Energizer lithium batteries. One thing that I must say, I don't know why they chose these batteries for this product, because especially here in South Africa they are quite scarce and hard to come by. Luckily, a local firearm store which almost sells everything firearm related is an agent for these Barrelcools, and they also have batteries in stock as well. So putting the batteries in is relatively simple. There's a little picture to guide you how they should be orientated. Now, another thing while I'm doing this, I just want to mention is that you must just try and align the batteries in this product with your eye. Another thing that I would like to see them do to this product is, in the manufacturing process, they must just put little webs or ribs or guides into the battery compartment so your batteries can be spaced evenly and they don't have space to move around, because as you see here they can move around, but it's not the biggest of problems. Then we just simply put the little cover back on and we are ready to use it. Another thing which comes with this Barrelcool is this little piece of cord which is relatively elastic, and that is designed for you to be able to put it through this loop and then just do this. Now, what this does is, once it's inserted into your action, this hooks around your bolt knob and pulls your bolt knob forward, securing this and preventing it from falling out. when you switch it on with a little black switch here on the side, and it makes an interesting pretty noise. It sounds like a little vacuum cleaner, I suppose. Here is a little sound test for you. Now the camera should be able to pick this up, but in case it doesn't pick it up, we'll just bring it a little closer. So what's interesting is if you close this, it actually does sound like a vacuum cleaner. The amount of wind that it generates is hard to describe, but I will try to set up some graphical representation for you to be able to see this. Okay, so for the purpose of this graphical representation, I'm just going to try to use something that's quite susceptible to wind, and what I've managed to come up with is this dead cat furry, which is supposed to be over the external microphone. It's quite fluffy, and I think it should be able to display or show you the wind that this produces. I'm going to try and show you this as best as I can. So I'm not really sure if you can see the hairs on the dead cat furry moving, but it provides a relative stream of wind, and I think down your barrel it should be sufficient in really cooling your barrel within some time. Talking more about the specifications on this product, they claim that you roughly get about 10 hours of run time before the batteries need to be replaced. I haven't really used this until the batteries have needed to be replaced, so I can't really tell you. And the other thing that I forgot to mention is regarding the purpose of this product. Now, for someone who is a novice in the shooting world and doesn't really experience a high rate of fire when shooting a bolt gun, for example, ARs are a little bit of a different story, but generally as your rifle barrel heats up, there is a tendency that you start losing accuracy. Now, this is targeted a lot towards the people who shoot F-class and FTR, where you've got long strings of fire and you've only got a limited time period in between your strings of fire for your barrel to cool down before you need to start your next string of fire. And depending on the weather conditions, it can be difficult sometimes to get your barrel cool enough to the point that you want it. And this is where this largely comes in. It will aid your barrel in cooling down and help you to get it cooler, and eventually just to be able to shoot your next string and being happy about your barrel temperature. Another thing that I have realized where this can play an important role is during your load development. Like, I've got my Sauer 270 and it's got a relatively skinny or lightweight barrel, and for such a big cartridge and such a light barrel, it tends up to heat really quickly. And here in sunny South Africa, if your rifle is exposed to the sun a lot, it takes very long for your barrel to cool down to a temperature, or especially where I am happy with the barrel temperature, to be able to carry on with my load development. This should really help out in that respect. In terms of pricing, I can only actually give you pricing in South African rands. The unit itself is roughly about 500 rand. It's a little bit pricey, but I think it's worth it. The other little disadvantage is that the batteries, although they are very scarce as well, cost roughly about 100 rand a battery. So in order to have this and having it functioning, you are looking in the neighborhood of roughly 800 rand for this product. The MSRP, I can tell you, is $39.99, and that's supposed to include batteries, but for some reason I see there weren't any batteries included with this. However, a shop such as Safari and Outdoor, which is our biggest firearm supplier and just a supplier of general shooting supplies, do have these, and I see they have batteries included now, and that still is roughly in the neighborhood of 800 Rand. A general thumbs up to this, just because I think it's so innovative. It's a really cool thing. It is bright yellow and it shows that your firearm is safe, and it's always something to talk about when you're on the range. Some people here will always be interested in what you have to show, so that is always a benefit. Now tomorrow we are going to the shooting range. We're going to do some low developments with these guys. These are Nosler 70 grain RDF bullets for my 223, and you should be seeing that tomorrow. Anyways, from my side, that's all for now, and then I will see you tomorrow.